Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking the video. It means a lot if you guys keep clicking. If you guys keep clicking, I'll keep making. And today we're talking about the man, the myth, the legend, Gabler. And as I'm recording this, Gabler just made the giant move on Ellie at the merge. Giant move. Everybody's talking about him. All the memes are about Gabler. The Reddit's talking about him. The Twitter's talking about him. And the YouTube is talking about him. So in today's video, I kind of want to recap his game, what I think of him, his flaws, and also his strengths, as well as where he is in the game and whether taking out Ellie was a smart move or not. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff because it's free, it's easy, and it really helps channel out. So I've already made a video on Gabler, but that was preseason because he had gotten a good amount of preseason press. Usually the redneck kind of crazy like Brad from 41 type of guy does get that because people expect obviously like a Keith Nail type of fan favorite. And this time we were right. Last season it was Mike and we were also right. Brad, not really as much. But I made a video and I said, I don't know, I think it's funny because the other people in the game who would seem like game bots aren't playing the game or at least talking as strategically as Gabler was in his pre-season press. He had a plan. He had, this and this and this, and then I align with this person, and then I want to blindside this person at that spot. It was very detailed in his pre-game press, and I did see his ability to control the game. I saw it in him, and I see it now kind of come to fruition, and I'm not really that surprised. All right, so let's go through his pre-merge game first. So the main thing in the pre-merge is, one, he was seen as physically the weakest person on his tribe by far, and his really saving grace in the pre-merge is that he went on the summit and ended up actually getting the temporary idol. So essentially an idol that he could play at the next two tribal councils that he went to. And luckily for him, his tribe ended up kind of staying strong. So after the first tribal, where he aligned with basically the entire tribe to blindside Mariah, he just kind of stuck it out, and they won challenges, giving him the opportunity to just kind of be safe at every tribal that he could go to next, right? Every round he could just say, well, next time we go, I'm just gonna play my idol. And it's a game that worked. He then formed a bond with Sammy and really solidified that bond to the point where now Sammy wants to take him probably to the end because he is seen kind of as a GOAT figure. He's also pretty cool with Owen, and nobody really hates him. They wanted to vote him out a little bit just because of his physical weakness, but overall I think Gabler plays not the worst pre-merge ever. We see actually on day 3 that Ellie and Janine, as well as Owen kind of being present, try and look through Gabler's bag, because when he got the advantage, he showed the entire tribe, and they thought that he misunderstood his own advantage. Now, they knew how the advantage worked, but they thought that Gabler thought that his idol was worthless after these first 2 rounds after that. And so they basically underestimate Gabler and they think he's stupid. Janine and Ellie are basically playing the game and trying to convince Gabler that his idol is powerless, when in reality it's still powerful at the next tribal that he goes to, basically for the entire pre-merge. Again, he was also very physically weak. You almost thought that he would be a medevac. I was very scared at certain points because the edit was strongly hinting at it, and I mean, he could always still be one, but right now he seems pretty strong. And then we come to the merge, where he makes the big splash play. Now, mind you, his tribe is in the majority, and they're also having both tribes want to work with them, right? Both Coco and Vessi want to work with Baka. And it's fun because I think they really have like several choices. They can work with Coco, they can work with Vessi, and go after the other tribe that isn't included in those alliances, or they could just implode, and that's what they do. But it's a very fun thing to watch. So we see Gabler, after he wins that earn the merge challenge, and sees himself as not being a vulnerable at that next tribal. He announces to the whole tribe, when they're discussing who should go home, that Ellie looked through his bag on day 3 and that she's a snake and that he does not trust her anymore, while Ellie's number one main ally in Janine is sitting right there. Huge ballsy play. Obviously, he knows that Janine is going to go back and tell Ellie, or at least I hope he does. And that's exactly what happens. Janine goes back and tells Ellie. Ellie is pissed, and she basically confronts Gabler in a one-on-one convo that I thought was very impressive. Ellie is a therapist. That's her job, to be socially quick and smart, and to watch Gabler navigate that convo while also not being too aggressive was very, very impressive, because he could get like really aggressive and say, well, I'm going to vote you out, or even just hint at that in the slightest way. And all of a sudden, Ellie's now, going to push for a Gabler blindside, or Gabler's number one ally in Sammy to get blindsided. It's sketchy, but Gabler plays it very well. When she confronts him, he says, well, you didn't tell me about the advantage, and then look through the bag. And so of course I'm not going to trust you. And she's like, well, it wasn't necessary to do this. And he's like, well, you're not my ally. And she's like, what do you mean? Like, we're allies. And he's like, no, you went behind my back. And again, he does all this while not getting aggressive and not kind of giving away his cards here, that he does want to blindside her. Very impressive stuff, and one of the best like social situations that I've seen happen in the past few seasons. We then see Gabler kind of wrap this all up by bringing a pretty divided merge vote kind of together on Ellie by basically revealing her lies to the people that she lied to, and then getting them to believe him and not just go to Ellie and say, is this true? They were very, very sure that Ellie was being a snake. He's like, hey, she told you this, Coco, that it's going to be Cody, and then she told you that it's going to be them, and everyone was like, oh my god, it's all Ellie. And it really centered the vote on Ellie, and that's how Gabler ended up getting Ellie out, a giant player in the game with a giant edit to this point, a big winner pick on many people's boards. Very, very fun to watch, and overall I love Gabler as a person. Not the best player in the world. I think this move was made a little bit prematurely, but as far as like TV wise, a fantastic character. But what do you think? Do you like Gabler as a player, and more importantly, do you like Gabler as a person and a character? Let me know down below in the comments. Also, let me know if you liked this merge episode. As always, none of this happens without you guys. I'm sure you guys speaking into a weird microphone. If that's what, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.